Do y'all call each other like when y'all making headlines?
Nah, we haven't spoke in a while. Recently, we just spoke. He told me he was proud of me.
I could tell.
Hell yeah, I feel like I know he's proud of me because I'm proving myself every step of the way. And like, I got this tattoo, right? It says, not all those who wander are lost. So like, this was my first tattoo I got when I was 16, and it was a quote. And I found this quote, but it stuck to me because like, you know, just because even just now, you know, he don't like the twerking, even the weed, he ain't like, as if I'm drinking the boys, the makeup, the sex appeal, and all that fly that I do. You don't like it, but
yeah, dad's not gonna.
Dad's not gonna like it, but I'm not lost. I'm going through my life, having fun, but I'm very wise. I have a very wise head on my shoulders, and I feel like, you know, they done something right. You know what I mean? That means they done something right. Like, I give my parents really proud of them, I would say, because I'm proud of me.
Right.
And I turned out like really well.
But you get that there are a bunch of things that you went through that in his mind, he was shielding you from. And if he had it his way, you wouldn't have went through any of that stuff. Selling drugs, being evicted, being in the streets.
Yeah,
these are all
that's
things
like a stab in the heart for a dad. Like, oh,
right,
you're
it is.
doing what?
It is.
Oh my God, what
It
I
is.
do? You know what I mean?
And you're the same age he was when he was going through it. You think about when the source started and when all that stuff started up, the money's coming in.
Right.
Here come all the phone calls. Here comes all the access to all the worldly things you could ask for.
I just want to take a second to say, listen, no matter what type of success that you're reaching in your life, never, ever, ever put it before your family. Family's always first. Always first.
That's easy to say until a perspective is, I'm doing this for my family.
Yeah, I mean that's.
We was just having a conversation about that, and you know, shout out to Master P. You know, he touched up on how, like, you know, we don't know what they've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like my pop's era in the 90s and what they went through, we don't know. Like, even my grandfather Schnapps, and you know, rest in peace my grandmother, and you know, I don't know what he went through.
Right.
For him to not be able to give me what was missing. So you can't kind of like, I mean, it is great advice, but at the same time, it's like, we don't know they struggle, right? So we can't determine their journey and their destiny because we don't really know what someone else is really going through. And Charlemagne also said it ain't a trauma Olympics.
Yeah.
Right? So.
But for us, I feel like we're the upgrades. So we're supposed to be able to, Mom, Dad, y'all messed up there. I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And I said the same thing, but at the same time, life don't work that way. You know? We supposed to be fucking, you know, this racism shit is supposed to be dead. Nigga, black men should be walking freely in these streets without no problems, but it doesn't work that way, right? So life don't work that way. We don't know what these people went through and how to determine they struggle and how they gained information, or even how their IQ is, you know, for them to even maintain it, right? All we can do is say, you know, at the end of the day, life is what you make it, right? And when you turn a certain age, you know right from wrong.
Right.
We know the basics in school. They started in kindergarten, right? It's important to have these conversations to let kids know early. The mental health starts early. The forgiveness has to start early. You know what I mean? Whether if something's missing or if the parent, if you're supposed to, if you know, that's like saying my dad was supposed to learn from his pops, who knew how schnapps. You know what I mean? Well, if you know, you know. Schnapps went through some shit.
Schnapps is a G.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how's he doing?
He's great. I speak to Grandpa every single day.
You see how that works? That's crazy.
Every single day.
Like my grandma, like I learned about my pops through my grandmother. It's crazy.
Me too. Yep.
Yeah, me too. Oh, you did?
Yep.
Period.
My grandmother. Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're like, they get like, you know, they're like, I don't know, they're so wise and sweet, and I just feel like they have more time and patience to go ahead and
because they've seen how the movie ends. They already know what's about to happen.
What's that supposed to mean?
I told my father one time, "You old, I'm young. I think quicker than you." And I thought that was some slick shit to say, and then he started laughing at me. And when I say laughed at me, I mean like he had like took his glasses off, was wiping the tears out of his eyes. And I said, "What's so funny?" It was that attitude. And I came stomping back in the room because I was actually having an issue working at the source. I was having like a bunch of issues, and he would always walk.
How old were you?
Maybe a little younger than you are now.
For real? Like what, 20?
I started at the source as a teenager. I started as an intern. I wasn't old enough to have the internship. And I dealt with your pops plenty of times, and I was having a bunch of issues trying to figure out what I needed to do next. My pops was always the one who I would go to and be like, "Fuck, blah 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 blah." And he, I said that line to him because he was frustrated. He was trying to make me figure it out. I never wanted to figure it out because I always knew, just by looking at his face, he knew what I was supposed to do. He had the answer. He just wouldn't tell me. And that shit used to piss me off. And I'm like, "Yo, I don't have time for this. Tell me." I said, "You know what? Forget it. I got it." He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "Don't worry about it. You old, I'm young. I think quicker. I'll figure it out." I walked off. He was in the other room bawling, laughing. I walked back in. "What's so funny?" He said, No. You right. You right. You young. You think quick. I'm grown. I see it coming. Which one would you rather be, me or you? I sat down and figured it out with him because he was right. He does see it coming. They all see it coming. Your grandparents, your father, your mother, him as a father, they see it coming. It's foresight. It's not living through experience. It's living off of experience. They're old enough to know that some things just don't change. The scene changes, the characters don't. Your father saw a lot come and go. I think about when you were with him in Atlanta, that would have been the time for him to sit and talk to you and walk you through, "All right, listen, here's why this is happening." When he wiped the mascara off his face, "Here's why I'm doing it." When he shooed you out the studio, "Catch you later on. Baby girl, have a seat. Here's why I didn't want you in the studio."
But it didn't work that way.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So that's, you know, at the end of the day, listen, I was born in 97, right? So what happened when I was not old enough to understand or there or aware, I'm not in control, right? But at the same time, I get it. You know, it was times where we could have sat down and had conversations, and I felt that way, but it's not too late.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I'm very successful. I'm a fucking millionaire.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, we gonna clap that up.
We clap for that?
That's a fact.
From Dunkin' Donuts to selling dope to $1 million, yeah, we gonna clap that up.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He, and you know, again, like maybe that's what and you know, money ain't everything. I ain't gonna make this about money, but listen, the times where he was hustling and couldn't sit down, I don't sit down. The only difference is I'm able to make time because I learned from him.
Lessons.
And I'm able to say, okay, you know, I'm gonna make sure I call, you know, I'm tapped in with my God, and heavy with my spirituality. I'm gonna make sure I call Grandpa every day. I'm gonna make sure that I'm calling my mom every day. I'm gonna make sure, you know, my brother, I speak to my brother every day. He just texts me like, "Yo, Metro, he's going crazy about this Spider-Man shit." My and Taj just text me, both of them just text me. My support system is crazy. Nigga, I would not be where I am because one thing I'm gonna tell you straight up, my mother was on disability, okay? And she was working at the bar. Her hustle was different. My mother grew up different as well. And also, too, my mom was born in jail. My mother also sold drugs at a young age. My mom also went through some shit. So I don't blame her for, you know what I'm saying, not being able to have the same hustle like my fucking father. Right. But at the same time, nigga, that hustle, that shit I learned. That's the shit that sat with me. What if it was the fucking advice on these niggas? That's the shit that sat with me. Now, luckily, I'm so smart and I got a great mother to teach me about these niggas. Luckily, within my time, I have technology to teach me about these niggas. Back then, there wasn't the type of technology that we had. I could hop on YouTube and get advice about these niggas. You feel me? Of course, I don't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, that's why it's like I'm able to, you know, as you get older, not for real, as you get older, you gotta kind of like, you have to laugh at it. You gotta be like, yo, you know what? I love you. My nigga, thank you.
Right.
Now, let's talk about it.
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.